Hi my beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as you guys can see, I am in full beat. And today's video, I did use the Blushing Berries palette by Dose of Colors. I had never used this palette before, so I wanted to go ahead and just try it out and get a little bit creative. So obviously this is the look that I created with this palette. So if you guys want to see how I created this look using the palette, then you know what to do and just keep on watching. Hi my beautiful people, so to start off for this video, I'm going to go ahead and start by concealing my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm just going to use that to conceal my eye. And then I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and then just start to blend that in. Okay, and now that I blended that out, I'm going to go ahead and just take a big fluffy brush, and then I'm gonna use just like a kind of skin tone color just to set my entire eyelid, pretty much from my brow bone down. So now for the actual eyeshadow palette, I had got this one in one of my Boxy Charm boxes, and I literally never used it. So when I was looking at it, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do a look using this palette, which obviously this is what I created using this palette. So we're going to go ahead and use the Blushing Berries from Dose of Colors, and the colors obviously look like this. So it's like a really simple palette because it only has 5 shades, but I feel like you can create mini looks with these. So I actually did use all of the shades in here, as you guys will see. So to start off, I'm going to take Roseberry, which is the second color. And then I applied that with a big fluffy brush. So what I did to start off with was I literally just started to deposit the color. So at this time, that's all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here and deposit the color first before I go ahead and blend it out. Just because I feel like I get the most pigmentation when I actually tap on the color rather than blending it right into my crease right away. I feel like I get the most pigment when I go ahead and tap it on like this. So just like this. And then pretty much with whatever I have on the brush, that's when I'm going to start to slightly just blend that pretty much in that same area. Obviously it is going to end up getting transferred a little bit higher, but that's okay because eventually, obviously you guys can see here, I ended up taking it up. So first I just kind of start to blend that in circular motions. So once we kind of have it like this, then I'm going to go in with this Morphe brush. It doesn't have a name on it, but it's just like a fluffy brush. And I'm going to take Berry Chic, which is that lightest color in there. And I'm going to tap it on first. Then tap off as much as the excess as I can, and then just start to blend that in. And then pretty much just blend the two colors together. And then I do pull it out. As you guys can see, I give myself like a really, really sharp kind of cat eye. So I do bring it out, and then I go back in to kind of do that sharp line with a makeup remover wipe. So it doesn't matter how far out you bring it because you're going to end up going back in anyways. So then I'm going to go in with that first shade, and then just start to kind of blend those two colors together. And then at this point, all I'm going to do is literally just go back into those two colors and just get it to the intensity that I like, obviously to match this eye. So I'm just going back in with that first shade that we initially put down and deposited the color with. And then I'm just blending everything out together, and then I am dragging it out. Sorry that my background looks different once again, but I had to take my clothes out of here because my mom is going to be remodeling. As you guys can see, she's adding like little desks and stuff for her office. So yeah. And then at this point, I'm just going to go back into that first shade still, and then just start to deposit it again just to get as much intensity as I can. So then I'm going to go back into that second brush that we used, which was the Morphe one. And then I'm going to take the shade Berry Pop, which is the middle shade. It's like a maroon color. And then pretty much the same thing is I'm just going to start from here on out just just depositing the colors before I blend it out. So again, I tapped it on the outer corner and then slowly just start to blend that in and then out. and into the inner crease. And then just go back into that first brush and then just blend it out as much as I can. Then I do take my James Charles palette and Morphe, the collab that they did together. And then I do take that white shade that is in the palette and I use that as my brow bone highlight. So I just take that white shade, even though you can't really see it. I feel like it made a little difference when I applied it. So I just take a little bit of that and then just put it on my brow bone like so. And then I just go back in and just blend that out. And then I am going to go in with my Morphe M513 brush. It's like a little bit more dense. And I'm going to go in with that same Berry Pop color just to make sure and I can get into the crease with this specific brush. And then if I feel, sometimes what I like to do is when I'm looking in the mirror and I feel like I can see like the distinctive of like the two different colors, what I do is I like to go in with like a fluffy brush and get two of the colors that I used already and just mesh them together and start to blend them in my crease. And then that kind of acts like as a kind of mixture for both of the colors that I can see like distinctively on my eye, and it kind of just mashes them together and makes it look like it's all nice and blended out. So as you guys can see, it's starting to get a little bit more intense. And then to intensify it obviously just a little bit more, I'm going to take another really dense pointed brush. And then I'm going to take the shade Mixed Berries. And this is like the deepest purple that the palette has. And then I'm going to put it just on the outer corner, just like this. And as you can see, this one is like the deep berry kind of color. And then again, tapping off the excess. First, I lightly... Again, holding it like on the end. First, I'm lightly just applying it and dragging it to the outer corner. Just like this. And then I just start to bring it in just a little bit. Again, with a light hand. And then with that same pointed brush, I'm going to take a little bit of the black, which is called Berry Black. And then same thing, just apply it to the outer corner. The only difference with this shade is I'm not going to take it up as high, but I am going to drag it out just a little bit. And then just blend it up into the deep berry color that we applied just a little bit. So then what I did was I just grabbed a obviously clean makeup wipe. And then I kind of like pulled my eye, and from the bottom lash line, you just drag it out. I haven't done like a look like this where I drag it out in a really, really long time. Okay, just like that. And then you get your sharp line. Obviously, when I have my face on, it's going to look a lot better. But what I did at this point was I just grabbed a flat synthetic brush. I got some of my concealer, which is the same one that I used to set and conceal my eye. And I'm pretty much just going to go in and cut my crease, which, again, you guys have seen me do a million times. Okay, just like that. And then initially I did want like a kind of light pink color just to do around like my entire eyelid, but I feel like adding the little shimmer in the middle that I did in between like the matte and in between the two mattes, I feel like it just gave it more of a pop. So that's what I went ahead and I did. But to start off with, what I did was I took the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collaboration palette, the volume 2, and I took Perfectionist and Certified, and I pretty much just mixed those two colors together. Even though I didn't end up just using those colors because I ended up just putting like another shade, I did mix those two. So what I did was I mixed them, and then I just applied it to the first corner of my crease where I cut. And as you can see, it's more like of a pink color, so I wanted more like of a lighter color. So at this time, then I just went in to Certified, which is like a lighter color, and I just applied that on top. And then what I did was with that same brush, I ended up using the Morphe M210 just to do the crease color. And then on the other side, I took the shade Drama Queen, which is like a pink purpley kind of shimmer shade. And then I just apply that obviously to the middle just to mesh the two together. and just to kind of diffuse all the colors. And then I did go in with my finger because I get more pigment when I go in with my finger, and I just pretty much apply it to that same area. I do go in with the brush though, and I kind of just go over that to blend everything in. And then to blend out like the little outer corner here with the shimmer shade, I took that bullet brush that we used, which was the last one. I took a little bit of Mixed Berries, which is the darker purple, and I kind of just went over that just to blend that in, and then a little bit of the black as well. Okay, so that was pretty much it for the eyes. Now for lashes, I went ahead and I applied my Lily lashes in the style Carmel, whatever. They look like this, and I like them because, as you can see, they have a little bit more hair towards the outer corner right here. So I like that because I want more of the the fullness to be on the outer corner. That way you can still see some of the shimmer in the inside. And then I did go in with a little brush, which is this one right here. This is the Luxie 246 Precision Crease Brush. And then from, again, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, I took in I'm In It, which is like a kind of pinkish chrome kind of color. And I just applied a little bit of that into my inner corner just to give it like a little pop of color. So I am going to apply my lashes. Again, using my duo glue, I apply it to my lashes first. And then I apply some mascara. It's so crazy how much like lashes make a difference. So then I'm just gonna apply. So I was gonna do my face on this same video, like with the eye tutorial, but I just realized my camera is dying. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and charge my camera, and then I'm gonna do my face off of camera, and then I'll go ahead and when I come back, we'll go ahead and do the bottom lash line, and then we'll finish off with the lips. So I will see you guys once everything is done. Alrighty, so I went ahead and I finished off my face off of camera, and I went ahead and I did this eye off, like the under eye off of camera. So I'm gonna start off by taking this Morphe M322 brush, and I'm gonna take the black shade and the deep purple shade, and then I'm gonna, oh sorry, you guys can't see me. I'm gonna start by applying that directly on my bottom lash line, just like that. And then I'm gonna take a BH Cosmetics brush, which is the one that I use on my top eye for the outer corner. I'm gonna take a little bit of that middle shade, so taking some of that and then applying that over. And then the last brush that I used was this Bella RG215 brush. And then I took that first shade in the palette, and then I just pretty much use that to blend everything together. And then I did bring that shade a little bit lower. So pretty much just like that. And then for lips, I do want to do like something really, really nude and like glossy, just because I feel like I don't want to take away from the eyes too much. So I'm going to take my Morphe lip liner in the shade Bite Me. I feel like with this look, you can do a lot of options. You can even do like a pinky purpley lip color, but I'm not really into those kinds of like lip colors, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do like a nude. And then this is the shade Sand from Dose of Colors. I'm gonna add this gloss on top. This is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Sweet Mouth. It's like a pinky kind of color, so I feel like this one would go pretty good with the look. And then I'm going to set that with my Morphe Setting Mist. Alrighty, and that pretty much concludes this entire video. As you guys know, I did mention that I did use the Blushing Berries palette by Dose of Colors. I've never used any of Dose of Colors palettes, but I did get this one in my BoxyCharm 1 month, so it had been sitting on my vanity, and today I was like, you know what, I want to play with makeup. I want to do something a little bit different, get away from like the neutral colors and stuff. So when I seen this color, I had heard a lot of good things about it, and I actually do recommend it. The colors are really pigmented, as you guys seen, and they're really easy to blend out. So yeah, this was pretty much how the look came out. As I said, you can do like different lip combos, but I wanted to do something more neutral, just so I don't take away from the eyes and it kind of all matches together. I probably will end up changing it just a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, this is what the look came out to look like. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you guys are not, please subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. And that is all I have to say, and I'll see you guys on the next one.